Ready.
Set.
Gamecast.
Welcome to Ready Set Gamecast, a bi-weekly podcast about video games and Disney songs. I'm Bryce, and I'm joined by the princess, Darian.
Hi, hello, I'm Darian, that's me.
And the dragon who is trying to earn his spot in the ancestors or something, Teddy Chinaris.
Sure. Hi, I'm back. I haven't been here in like a month. I don't know if they've told you school was garbage, but I'm here now. And you can calm down, everybody.
You can expect to see Teddy once every other episode going forward.
Or less so than that for the most part. At the end of the last episode, Darian was like, should we mention that Teddy's not dead? And I was like, I think that at this point they kind of are used to it.
Might be fair.
So, what's the best Disney song? Darian.
How Far I'll Go from Moana.
Oh, that's a good one. Moana's great.
Moana's a great movie, and everything on that entire album
The soundtrack's awesome.
So just phenomenal.
Meh. Teddy.
Wow. Let's
He's
fight
just
him.
saying that.
Let's meet him behind meet him out in the streets and fucking beat him up. You know what I mean?
He's not worth it.
Wow.
Oh, she's right, though. You know what I'm saying? The best Disney song is the Phineas and Ferb theme song. Because that shit's still great. I was trying to think of the most random answer I could give for that. And I remembered I fell down a Phineas and Ferb rabbit hole on YouTube the other day. That show was awesome.
I should have specified Disney movie, but that is a thing.
It's technically a Disney song, you know what I'm saying, dude? Shout out to the... I bet you all forgot. You remember there was a Disney Channel show called Jonas? That was a thing, starring the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot that.
My favorite is Friend Like Me from Aladdin. I watched that last night while playing through the Aladdin storyline on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, where it's literally like beat for beat the exact movie. And I did the first few missions, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch the movie. And literally so I was playing along right at the same time, and like I would be doing the scene in the game as the scene in the movie would play, and I was literally right along with it up until they were like, hey, go out into the desert and fight this Heartless that doesn't have anything to do with the plot of the actual movie, before I got back on track.
Solid. Kingdom Hearts. I have not really been on since Kingdom Hearts has been a thing in the world, and I need to know how Darian has loved it.
I like how it's just Darian, but okay.
I don't want to talk
Not
about
like
it.
I have a Kingdom Hearts 3 background right now, or...
No, you weren't freaking out about it for like a year, probably like 2 years, for however long we've been doing this podcast. She's like, Kingdom Hearts 3, it's my life. It's all over. Once this comes out, everything's done. And now it's out, and I need to know, like, what was it good?
So let me be clear. I absolutely loved everything about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Except.
And that's all I'm going to say, actually.
Oh.
Because I don't want to talk about spoilers anymore.
So were there spoiler moments that you weren't super happy with, basically?
Yes.
Okay. But it was you still enjoyed your time
Overall,
with it?
Honestly, it was 1,000 times better than I anticipated it being, because I was very nervous about how they were going to handle it. Based on the trailers that I saw, I thought for sure I was going to be overwhelmed by it, but they handled everything about that game extremely well, and it was so beautiful. And I cried when I opened the game, and when Dearly Beloved started playing, I cried when the theme song started. I was just a mess, and then I ugly cried at the end, and it was great. It was a good time.
It's okay. I cried many times playing Uncharted 4, so I get it, you know?
Me and my girlfriend were both playing at roughly the same time, and I would like I would be a little bit ahead of her. So when I knew something big was just happened, I would pause it, run into the bedroom where she was playing, because I was playing in the living room, she was playing in the bedroom, and then just like watch her react as a scene happened. And she's just like bawling. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, yes, this is a thing you've been wanting.
You wanted this.
Kingdom Hearts 3, like, I think people felt like Kingdom Hearts 3 was going to be like the end of a story, and in ways it is, but it also feels like a middle step because they're setting up the next Kingdom Hearts game in
oh my God.
that story as much as they are concluding the story they already have. Because they're talking about stuff that is like never come up before. They're just like leading into the next one. They're making mentions of things that are going to lead into the next story. Which I don't know if that took away from the like satisfying conclusion that people wanted, but I think people probably got a lot of what they wanted out of it.
It seemed like
I
people
did
really
put up a
enjoyed it.
Twitter poll of would people be interested in us doing a like after credits episode on Kingdom Hearts 3, where we discuss like our thoughts on the whole thing, and we'll see if people would be interested in me and Darian doing that, and maybe we'll get a guest. I don't know.
Nice.
And then we'll have Teddy in, and Teddy will just be an expert on the mobile game of how that works in.
Yeah, and you'll be like, so tell me about the plot of the mobile game, and I'm like, so I held down the on the screen to the different areas, and he fought things, and then I kept going. And that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very grindy.
That game is so. The plot of going forward, the epilogue scene and several things reference the mobile game. There's actually a dope ass scene in it that is kind of a great payoff if you had been playing Kingdom Hearts Key, but it seems like the plot of the next game is going to be heavily relying on the stuff that happened in there. So I went back and played it, and at first I remember it being super grindy, but then I realized that you can skip the grindy missions and just do missions with cutscenes. And there's still a bit like, oh, go through the plot of Beauty and the Beast. I'm like, I know this. I've played this in 7 Kingdom Hearts games before. I get it. I saw the movie.
Oh my God.
But sure.
I wonder if I re-downloaded that game if it would still have my save.
Yeah, I will. Well, because I did it.
We're gonna check this shit out. I'll update you guys by the end of the podcast.
If you decide to play again, you should join my party. Right now it's just me and my girlfriend, but it could be me and my girlfriend and Tenny Chinaris.
Wow. Okay.
It's what I've always wanted, you know?
the name of my memoirs.
Me, my girlfriend, and Tenny Chinaris.
Did I say what my favorite? Yeah, I already said Friend Like Me from Aladdin. I got distracted on Kingdom Hearts. Anyway. Speaking of games we've been playing, Darian, games. I guess you've already mentioned Kingdom Hearts 3.
What are they?
But what else?
I also I delved back into League of Legends.
Oh, fuck.
Back
It's
in that
over.
ranked grind. Well, you missed it last time. Last time is when I actually started getting back into League, but
Yeah.
Why?
now I'm doing this balancing between League and Apex because they made something more difficult in Dead by Daylight, and I kind of rage quit for a while.
I need to know how you feel about Apex, because we've always had different opinions on Battle Royales.
I love Apex.
Good.
It's
'Cause
super
great,
fun.
and you should.
It's really good.
The last podcast was me convincing Darian to play Apex,
And then you played it.
and then
and then I stealthily started playing it without him.
yeah, I got home from work and I was like, Erin was like, "Oh, Darian's streaming. She's playing Apex Legends," and I just loaded up. I'm like, She's like, "Oh, Bryce is here."
I have quite been enjoying it.
I also played a couple of games of Tetris 99, which is fucking great.
Well, I just want to say I tried playing with Darian and Foul, and that game, like, you have to stay together.
It's very, very useful when you're together.
Because like you kind of want to spread out a little bit when you're looting, but like
Yeah, it depends.
if the other people are together, you're just gonna get smoked and you can't help each other. Which almost the fact that when we were in that group after Foul left, because we couldn't communicate with them, so we just ended up following him around because he would leave and we'll be like, well, we can't tell him to stay, so we're just gonna leave. And we actually did really well because we stayed close to him. What else, Darian? Sorry, we got on the Apex tangent.
That's okay. I started Breath of the Wild again. I started it over today.
Very fun video game.
Tetris 99, what have you been thinking of that?
Oh, it's good. I mean, I like it. It's Tetris, but way more intense. It's pretty nuts.
What have you come out number 1?
No. I'm not that good at Tetris.
How high have you gotten?
How high are you getting?
20 something?
I saw a video of someone get number 1, and that looks super intense. Where it's just like so much stuff is just coming at your screen. Like, I don't know how you even handle it when your screen's just all the way filled up, and you're just like, oh yeah, I can get one in over there. I'm like, how would you even understand that with you're running out of limit? But
people are crazy when it comes to Tetris. I do not understand it, but they are.
Well, Teddy, what games have you been crazy about?
Probably just Apex Legends. That game is great. I've not been playing much video games because of this last month. I've been going crazy on schoolwork and whatnot. But like when I have had time, I've played Apex, and that game is awesome. I've been quite enjoying it.
They really seem to like look at what all the other battle royales have done and go, how can we be the best of these? How can we pull from other things and make it the best version? And they nailed it. Which we'll
with an additional feature that's not in other battle royales that now people are trying to copy.
Yeah, we'll talk about how Apex Legends is making waves. But I have been playing games. Kingdom Hearts 3. I slowly have been playing that and finished that. Sometime last week, I don't remember when. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, because of the way the story in Kingdom Hearts 3 is going. I was like, what happened in Kingdom Hearts Union Cross? And now I kind of know, and now things in Kingdom Hearts 3 are starting to make more sense because they like reference things, and I'm like, ooh, what? And now I'm like, oh, they're probably talking about this character that we met in there. I played a little bit of the mini games and stuff after getting the credits and going like, oh, let me go back and do all the battle gates and the like new stuff that unlocks. And then I tried to do some of the mini games, but there's just like some kind of annoying mini games to it. So I would love to platinum it, but I don't. I think I've put that game down for now, and I might come back to it. But I popped in Red Dead Redemption again, and it took me a minute to remember how to do anything, because that's a complicated game. So it's just like I'm just like, oh, I remember how to ride my horse, and then I was like, oh, I have to go talk to this guy because this like guy writing a novel wants stories from him, and I get to him and I'm like, hey, can you tell me about your best friend? And he's like, I'm gonna shoot you now, and I'm like, which button shoots? It's been a while. It's been months.
And then you just died, and it was over.
And then I died, and then I looked at the controls, and I was like, oh, that's the shoot button. Okay, I'm gonna do this time. And then I've been playing a little bit of Apex Legends. I think I like it on PS4.
Who's your main?
So I've been playing the black chick police Bangalore. Originally, I really like Pathfinder as a character. His abilities are very specific. Like they're like all about like moving away from the team, and I'm like, it seems like the best strategy is to stay together.
Or towards.
I guess. but Bangalore is a very much like smoke grenade artillery. It's very easy to understand. I did try the shield character. I think I'm gonna try out the other characters a little bit. The shield character seems very useful. Like a top tier team is probably the healer, the shield guy, and Bangalore.
So the healer is Lifeline, and the shield guy is Gibraltar.
Yeah, I do like that. Like in most battle, this is kind of Overwatch battle royale where they are heroes. They have voices and names and stuff, opposed to like.
And I care about them.
Yeah, every other one, it's just like, hey, you're nameless guy 86.
So, Teddy, who's your main?
Pathfinder. I quite enjoy Pathfinder. He's a lot of fun. He's a real fun little robot.
Yeah, I liked him in the tutorial, and I was like, I'm gonna play him, and then I played him, and I was like, I don't know when to grapple. I don't know when to use my ability.
Grapple has a 10-second cooldown, so like, there's no real.
All the
time. Just like to get up things and to fly. I use it on the ground. Give you speed boosts, you know.
That game really needs like a playground area where you can just try everybody's abilities and because like cool. I don't want to fuck around too much in an actual game because it's like very serious. I want a place where I can see what everybody's abilities are and test them out where people aren't going to be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Why is he just grappling to random stuff?
It's fun. The grapple does take there. It's got weird momentum, so you got to get used to it. But I love it. The zip line's great for like if you're not moving out of the ring in a certain. If you're like, oh shit, we got to go far, then you can use that. And your zip line, your ult for Pathfinder comes up all the time as well. Like it's really fast. And it's really cool. Like when you see a team and you're like, yo, okay, we're gonna zip line in on you, fucking like ambush them with the zip line. It's fun.
And Darian, your lifeline?
Yep.
Okay. Now, so for news, welcome to the news section. Activision Blizzard cuts hundreds of jobs despite record revenue year. 800 affected amid company-wide restructuring. Now, we heard rumors of this happening. We talked about this on the last podcast, but it officially happened. They announced that they made a shit ton of money, but then they were like, it wasn't as good as we wanted, and thus cut people.
I wish I the sad part about this is that I haven't looked too much, like I haven't read the full article, but I know most of this from listening to like 4 other podcasts throughout the last fucking week or 2 weeks or whatever. So I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that they were like $1 billion or something off of their projected and of the like their projected revenue, which is ridiculous. And it is very silly that like at that point you just have bad projections. Like if you're that far off, that's not like that. It's just terrible projections. Like there's gotta be something wrong there.
I also like that they like tried to make it look like Destiny, like them parting ways with the Bungie crew was like their decision. When the Bungie people were like, yes, we're free, we're so happy about this, and like they're like, the breakup was our decision. I don't know why they're so happy. They should be sad about our breakup.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It is insane that this is a thing that they did not like. I just wish they could have, like, even if a lot of these layoffs are from people that were previously working on Destiny, on, like, the publishing side of Destiny, like, you could switch that over to other projects, like, if they really wanted to, especially, like, Heroes of the Storm, which has recently been, like, scaled down. Like, take resources and put it back into the thing to scale that back up. Like, if you have the resources, instead of just cutting 800 jobs, like that's, I know there's layoffs in the games industry a lot, right, which isn't great either, but like this is gotta be a record, like 800.
Well, I think what's so surprising about this is the fact that it's along with record revenue that they made more money than usual, and then were like not good enough, and because if they were losing money, if something went really badly and they had to lay off people, I think everybody would understand. But it's like, we're doing fine, we're just cutting people, and it seemed to be across the board of I think this is just further sign that, like, you know, game developers need to unionize so that, you know, I guess that won't necessarily prevent this entirely, but I think it'll help them be fairly compensated if something like this happens again.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we really have to say about that. Something Sony had to say is that they believe VR/AR is the future, and says the PlayStation 5 will support it, which I don't think surprises anybody, seeing as how far like the PlayStation has been supporting PlayStation VR. Honestly, like, I think we're seeing more PlayStation VR games come out, or at least bigger titles, more notable titles come out on PlayStation VR than on PC, where it's probably easier to do so. But it seems like if you are making a very interesting VR thing, Sony's going to come up to you and be like, hey, put it on PlayStation VR, we'll like throw you some money. Let's see. PlayStation VR is an add-on, and PlayStation Move is 9 years old already. It worked great, and it doesn't seem like they had it planned from the beginning. Sony knows VR AR is the future, so I think VR will have a much more important role in PlayStation 5. Lee Fora told Gaming Bolt when asked about whether he thought when he thought VR could be a defining feature of the next generation consoles. We think that the console has been designed with VR in mind from the very beginning, so it probably won't be an add-on anymore, though that doesn't mean it's going to be a VR gadget exclusively. So yes, VR will be very important to the PS5. I think it still needs to be an add-on. Like, I think we saw that happen with the Kinect.
Yeah.
That they were like, the Kinect comes with it, and you're going to love it, and everyone was like, no.
$100 more than the other console because we have Kinect.
Yeah. That's kind of what's funny about it, is that for the PS4, the camera was an add-on, but they couldn't stock them enough. But I think that was more because of streaming becoming a thing, of that, like, people wanted cameras on their PlayStation, and that was the only camera you could put on there. So just the person who gave this quote was Pablo Lafora of Tessera Studios, the developers of the PlayStation VR horror title Intruders Hide and Seek. Obviously he's a VR developer, but I'm sure if you're making stuff, you probably have an idea of how excited Sony is about this. I don't think this really surprises anything, but it's I think an interesting thing to see where console games are going to be going in the future, and probably gaming in general. We're going to see more headsets and VR titles in the future. I kind of hope that if they do a PS5 VR, I understand that people would want to have the same headset, but I would like them to put out a new headset that has better tracking and more capabilities than the current one, to push VR more forward than the current one.
Yeah. Maybe still support the old one with the new system, but also have the new one where some games can only play on the new one, you know?
Yeah, you could do like a PlayStation Pro setup deal of like, hey, you can get this new headset and it'll connect, but the new headsets can have better tracking and stuff than the old one.
Yeah.
Darian, we mentioned this a little bit earlier, but Apex Legends seems to be having effect on other games in the Battle Royale genre. Can you tell me about that?
Yes. So they had an AMA. Fortnite had an AMA on Friday, and they were asked if they have considered adding a respawn feature, and they said to look for further updates. They said they've been considering this mechanic for a while and have been exploring it, but they basically want to put it in now that Apex Legends has come out and has it done really well.
Yeah.
They definitely did. They didn't say that. That's the implication, but they didn't say that.
I mean, I think that like respawning is literally the opposite of what a battle royale is, but you know, Apex did it so well that make it both feel, you know, like a battle royale while still having that mechanic. Because you can come back, but you're coming back at a disadvantage and only under very specific if your team can pull it off.
We respawned to like 3 times in a game the other day and won.
Oh, nice!
Like it was pretty cool.
I always if I can see a respawn thing, I'll just grab all the stuff near it. So if you manage to come back, you're F because I've already cleared out all the crates nearby.
Yeah, I do that too. I will say, I find this interesting. They said that they've been considering it for a while and have been exploring it. Developers want to give it the time it needs and fully understand its impact on the game as a whole when talking about the respawn mechanic. And it's like, I think this article is interesting that like that Polygon wrote an article on this, that like normally if Apex was not out, I think there is a world where this AMA happens, somebody asks this question, and Apex does not exist, and an article does not get written about this, and there's just a question. Because, like, it's a respawn mechanic. Like, I feel like the person probably asked it because of Apex, but, like...
I mean, like,
common mechanic in a shooter.
See respawning in different modes of Fortnite. They'll have, like, team battle or whatever, where you know, it's about kills or whatever. But nobody has handled it in the normal mode as well as Apex, because we've seen it where you know, you can drop again, where you die, you'll drop again, in both PUBG and Fortnite. So there's been respawning, but not this way. But I honestly don't think that it would work in Fortnite, because the map in Fortnite's way smaller than Apex. I think like the size of the map helps you being able to drop it, like respawning be a thing. I think matches are quicker in Fortnite, thus making coming back less of like a good idea.
Yeah. Also, update on Kingdom Hearts memory.
Kingdom Hearts Key
X.
Union Cross.
Oh, it's so easy to remember.
You have it open in front of you.
I don't. I'm in my storage because I ran out of space.
Oh.
And I remembered this game taking up a lot of space. So I gotta clear up some room.
My girlfriend had to do that. Mine, I have you have an iPhone, Teddy?
No.
Oh, I didn't have any issues because
I have a 64 gigabyte internal and a 64 gigabyte SD card, and there is not enough space.
Oh, weird. I didn't have any issues. I got an SD card and nothing but space. But yeah, it has a big download.
Gotta figure out what is the app that takes up the most space, and I will delete it.
Darian, can you help me figure out if you can copyright a dance?
Fucking solid. Nailed it.
Dance can't be copyrighted, the government tells Carlton.
So if I do this, I can't own it?
You can't. This comes up because they had dances that were popularized by different people. One of the primary ones was the Carlton, made famous by Alfonso. Oh God, how do you say his last name? I've never heard it out loud.
I heard it out loud the other day. Hold on, let me pull up the
Alfonso
name.
Ribeiro?
Nope.
Ribeiro.
No, I believe it's just Ribeiro.
Ribeiro?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to sue Fortnite because they put his dance in the game and were selling it and making money off of it.
I kind of feel like a lawyer approached Carlton and was like, hey, can we make a thing of this? And then he's like, sure, I'm not doing anything. Other than Carlton. I don't think Carlton went to a lawyer. I think a lawyer went to Carlton. But
Possibly.
I think from the very beginning, everyone knew that this wasn't going to be a thing, and it was finally proven. But go ahead, Darian.
Sure. Anyway, he tried to sue so that he could make money off of it, or get some of the money off of it, however that works. And they said no. Can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing in here that is very funny. Let me see if it's in this article. There's a thing where like the U.S. Copyright Office, they like try to describe the dance in words, and it's really funny. Let's see here. I don't think it's in this article, but it's like a whole thing where he's like, the dancer moves their arms side to side in exaggerated fashion. And the way they describe it, I'm like, dude, I could not. If somebody described this, I would not be like, that's the Carlton. I'd be like, what the fuck is that? It's great.
I think it's been stated that like a single dance move cannot be copyrighted. If it was part of a bigger, like a ballet, you can copyright a ballet, a bigger thing, but like you can't copyright a few moves. Imagine if
that's basically what they said was that they were just like, you can't. It's too simple of a dance to be copyrighted.
You could accidentally do the Carlton and have no idea.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's would be ridiculous. Of like, oh, I accidentally moved and now I now owe somebody money.
Oh, I accidentally moved.
So I totally get it. I do understand that like, you know, people did this thing and it's popular because of them. But I totally get, like, no, I don't think you should be able to copyright a dance.
Do you find it? What does it say?
It says, the dancer sways their hips as they step from side to side while swinging their arms in an exaggerated manner. In the second dance step, the dancer takes 2 steps to each side while opening and closing their legs and their arms in unison. In the final step, the dancer's feet are still and they lower one hand from above their head to the middle of their chest while fluttering their fingers.
What the fuck?
The combination of these 3 dance steps is a simple routine that is not registerable as a choreographic work.
While fluttering when do they flutter their fingers in the Carlton? When does this happen?
I guess you just don't know the Carlton.
No, I guess I don't. I should have had her read that while I try to follow the the stuff.
You get to a point you're just like,
what do I do?
This shuts down all the people who were going to sue Fortnite, because if one person can't copyright a dance, the rest of them don't have a shot. And if they can't copyright it, they can't sue Fortnite for using their copyright.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I was listening to a podcast where they were talking about this in the car one day, and they were like, who was it? I think it was Tim Geddes said something along the lines of like, now that Fortnite did this and is making money off dance, I was like, in my car, I was like, Destiny's been making money off this dance since 2015. Like, this has been a thing since a long time. Like, I'm pretty sure this has probably been in other games before that. I think Uncharted 3 had some dances like this in the multiplayer. Like, it's not necessarily new. People just saw it because of Fortnite.
I mean, you can specifically like get this dance. It's not like sold as a package. So I can get why you can be like, this is a specific item, this dance. Obviously, in Destiny, it would be the same case. In Uncharted, it would not be, but
I'm pretty sure you could buy it with money. I think.
Are you talking in the multiplayer? I
know in 4 you can. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played 3 or 4 yet. Yeah, I'll do it eventually.
You need to.
Well, you know what might eventually happen? Xbox Game Pass coming to the Switch. Can you believe it, Tage Neris?
Not really, but kind of. I cannot really believe it, but I can kind of believe it. Also, update on Kingdom Hearts Union Key, whatever. It's downloading again.
Kingdom Hearts Key Union Cross.
wow, Bryce, it's almost like you know how I feel when I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts. And you know what? Actually, I just had it told to me that I've been saying it wrong as well. But the 358 days over 2.
Oh my god. All right, we're talking about Xbox and the Switch.
Kingdom Hearts RE coded.
Oh my god, Jesus. This is not necessarily tied in with the thingamabobber, but like basically a while ago there was, I believe, I'm not sure if it was rumors or if it was officially said, about how there is, I think it was officially put out because they were talking about a GEC conference where they were going to talk more about it, about how the Xbox app basically is going to be coming to Switch, and I think there was some other stuff, but like Switch was the main thing, where it was like the Xbox app, but it wasn't even fully the app. It was the idea that potentially you could be playing a game like Warframe on the Switch that also has an Xbox version. You could be earning Xbox achievements through playing on your Switch. They could be connected in that way. And now there is another rumor of the fact that like with this new found connectivity between the two companies, that they could start selling Xbox first party games like Ori and the Blind Forest, games like that, Game Pass games, that like if you have a Game Pass subscription on Xbox, you could be able to play it on Switch through their streaming service. So like Halo on Switch, that would be awesome.
Games that the Switch is not powerful enough to play themselves could be streamed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's super exciting, but I mean,
it's exciting. I don't fully believe it, but like,
they say they have the tech that can pull it off because, you know, there are plenty of companies who have tried streaming games and none of them have impressed me, but they say they can do it.
The one that has impressed me the most is the Google Chrome one, or the Google one, but still, I just don't think I am the market for streaming services when it comes to these types of games. Like, I remember Greg and like everyone at Kind of Funny, like Greg Miller, I remember Jared Petty, like freaking out about Assassin's Creed Odyssey on Google. What was the Google streaming project called?
I tried the Assassin's Creed one.
It's literally called Project Stream.
And it loaded up fine. I was like, oh, this is all right. And then I tried getting a little bit into the game, and then it just crashed. And I was like, oh, okay. So,
well, mine did not crash. It worked well, but there was definitely less latency than like what I've experienced on like PlayStation Now. But there was still latency. And as somebody who is used to like this 144 hertz monitor with like a 1 millisecond response time, I'm like, I'm just not the guy for this. I'm just not. That's just not me. I don't know.
Like the Switch, I get that there's a console element to it, but that it's almost like the biggest selling point about the Switch is the portability to it. And you're obviously not going to be able to stream your game if you're out in the world. If you're off of Wi-Fi, even on a Wi-Fi, it's not gonna be as good.
It's not gonna be great. Yeah.
So on like streaming to the Switch seems like a cool concept, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be more likely to believe that you'd be able to stream it to an Xbox where it's gonna live and probably be corded in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not all on board of the streaming future yet, and I honestly don't think I ever will be. But we're gonna talk about this last story real fast, and then we're gonna move on because mainly I'm excited about question number 4 in the questions section for this show. But yeah, the last story is about Reggie Fils-Amie. I believe his title, what was it? Just head of Nintendo America?
Yeah, president of Nintendo
America. He is leaving. His last day is going to be on April 15th. He is retiring, and he put up a short little video that was very sweet. And he was thanking everybody for all the smiles they put on his face. And it was very Reggie, and it was very Nintendo. And he's leaving the keys to the Nintendo castle to the new president of Nintendo America, Doug Bowser, which is his real name.
Yep. I won a bet with my girlfriend and it was like, hey, Bowser's going to be the new president of Nintendo, Nintendo of America. And she's like, and I was like, I will bet you. And she's like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, here's the news story. His name's Doug Bowser. And she's like,
wow, what a fucking trap.
I don't know why she took the
Got her.
bet. Like, she should have known that. I would know, but
Got her, dude.
my statement that
That was
Bowser.
misleading.
I said that Bowser is going to be the president of Nintendo of America. My statement was correct. I won the bet.
He's not wrong.
He's just an asshole.
Was there anything to the bet?
We'll not get into that.
Oh my god. Anyways, but yeah, Reggie is leaving. I remember there was an article going around this week along the lines of like, what was it? Video game industry shocked when developer leaves company by choice. And I was like, oh, that's really sad and also funny, but really sad. But yeah, Reggie, rest in peace. We'll never forget you. Not rest in peace.
I loved him making reference to the "My body is ready" meme during it.
It was good. It was good. Yeah.
But yeah, that video was really sweet. Like, Reggie has always been kind of this like larger than life, kind of really like goofy kind of guy.
Yeah, he's very goofy.
Reggie's everybody's dad.
Yeah.
Not in a weird way. He's like everybody's father. Not daddy. He's their dad.
The fact that you need to specify that says a lot about the world we
The
live in.
fact that you guys aren't agreeing with me is hurting my feelings. And it led me to believe that was why.
No, I mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
but
he's.
like, you know,
I just thought he was kind of an odd guy.
He's everybody's Nintendo uncle. He's everybody's uncle who works at Nintendo.
Yeah.
I will certainly miss him, and Bowser's got a big shoes to fill. Oh, I do love that he like referenced like, yeah, who better than a guy named Bowser to put in charge of Nintendo?
I listened to that and I was like, anyone? Like, Bowser's the villain? Like, I don't know what you're talking. I was like, that's not. I mean, who better? Mario? That would be who. But you know, sure, Reggie.
Well, you know who I like? Who's my Nintendo daddy? I don't know.
Who do you like, Frank?
Yikes.
Our Patreon supporters. You can go to patreon.com/lastgeek to become a Patreon producer of this podcast. Yes, I renamed it. You now help us produce Ready Set Gamecast. Thank you to Aaron C. and Dragon Lucas for helping us make this content.
You guys always forget the Z in the dragons.
Oh my god. Is
I'm
it
just
Dragon
saying.
Lucas? Dragon Z
Dragons Lucas
Okay.
is his name, dog. He's a good guy.
Yeah, you're our Patreon producer. You can put that on your resume. Thank you for supporting the show.
Not sure where that's gonna get you in life, but you can try.
Yeah. If you want to be a Patreon producer of Ready Set Gamecast, go to patreon.com/lastgeek and pledge $5 a month, and we will say your name maybe correctly on
wrong.
every
Probably
episode. Topic of the show. Tots. I have a simple but complicated question for the topic of the show. Darian, what is a video game?
For the audio listeners, she face-bombed.
Okay.
Oh, the real-life face-bomb.
Teddy, what is a video game?
Oh, it's a thing that, like, is usually on some sort of kind of computer thing. You know, it is a video, right, that you control.
Okay.
It is a game of some kind. That's a good question, though. What is the definition of a video game?
See, I feel like the like...
Oh!
Go ahead.
That's solid. A game played by electronically manipulating images produced by a computer program on a television screen or other display screen. Yeah.
Is what was that Netflix thing?
Bandersnatch.
Yeah, is Bandersnatch a video game?
Yes.
So basically,
I would think so from this description.
Well, okay. Is a DVD menu a video game?
Yes, because you manipulated it to play.
Yeah.
So
Nailed it.
what isn't a video game?
I mean, anything.
Facebook.
I don't know. You're manipulating images produced by a computer program on a television screen or other display screen. But it's not a game. There is a game played by blank. So no.
So is Bandersnatch a game?
Define game.
Is the Telltale Games a game?
A form of play or
Yes.
sport, especially a competitive one played
You
according to
control a
rules and decided
character.
by skill, strength, or luck.
But what makes I mean, you could arguably is controlling a character make it a game. You could say that Bandersnatch is
Are
controlling
you
a character.
trying to get philosophical
Yes,
on
I am
this
trying to
podcast right now?
Because it's like I was trying to
What's
think
the
of
hold
like
on? What's the reasoning behind this? Because I just really do. I think this is a very odd conversation.
I was thinking about like art games, like really weird games. Like there's a game about where you're a child smooshing dolls together. It's like learning how to kiss, and it's like, is that a game?
The word smoosh.
What is it, like when you're getting kind of into like kind of weird art games? At what point is it a game? Are they all games? And what exactly is a video game? Is the question I came to.
Boo. You know, this is like your opinion, man. You know what I mean?
Okay, what's
It's up
your
to
opinion,
whoever.
Teddy?
My opinion is if I don't think there's ever been a situation where I'm like, is this a video game or is this not a video game? I believe it is very clearly defined most of the time.
I think Bandersnatch is the closest thing that is very much, is this a video game? And when if Bandersnatch is the line, if you're saying like, okay, Bandersnatch might not be a video game, then at the same point, then you're going, is Telltale Games a video game? Because that's very similar. There might be a different.
No, because does Bandersnatch have multiple endings?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, Bandersnatch is like a choose your own adventure novel,
Yes.
but on the like interactive movie.
It's same with Telltale Games.
That's
No.
basically what a Telltale game is.
No,
That's
they're
exactly
not. You have to go around and find items. You have inventory. You have
It's a very
environment
minimal part of the game,
interactions.
though, in comparison to the dialogue.
But it's still
portion.
a part of the game. It makes it more complex.
It's has some basic point and click adventure things to it, but at the same, you're playing through a linear story. And to my understanding, pretty much all of those Telltale games don't actually have multiple endings. At some point, you're going to get bottlenecked into the same ending no matter what.
Well, I think it depends on the game, but there's definitely, like, I'm trying to, like, The Walking Dead Season 2 has completely and totally different endings.
What elements are required to make it a video game?
A game and an electronic screen, according to this definition.
Okay, here's a great one. Have you guys ever heard of the game Mountain?
No.
Nope.
It's this Steam game where you start it up and it asks you to draw some things like hope, and you just take your mouse and you kind of make a drawing, and it's like friend, or I don't remember what all the prompts are, but you kind of draw stuff, and then it generates a mountain, and then you can spin the mountain around and things happen, but the only interaction you have with it is at the beginning. Is that a video game?
I think it's... I don't know. I think video game has, in a way, kind of surpassed the definition because they're, like, I don't know, because they're...
The thing about a game is, like, you think of, like, winning.
Yeah, it's not for a long time, or not for a long time. I remember for a little bit, people were legitimately wanting to change the name of video games to, like, interactive entertainment.
Yeah.
Which is, like, more apt to what games are. So, I don't know. I don't think that exact definition of a game that you manipulate through an electronic screen is not, like... I don't think that's exactly the case anymore. As an industry, like, it's just interactive entertainment. It's just not necessarily what they're called.
I think a lot of the kind of weirder stuff, I think that anything where you're like, have you can beat at the end is like, oh yes, it's a video game. But even something like a Telltale game, like, did you really beat it or did you just experience it? Is how, like, would you consider that a game? Did you win Florence?
I don't think win is how you define game.
What game, if you're just thinking of a game, like a board game, you're playing to win. Like a traditional game, dodgeball is you're playing to win. Like
If it's a competitive game, you play to win, but there are games that I play for the experience to finish.
I think that's where like the definition of game no longer fits. I think Teddy's like, these are experiences, and yeah, I do think that the term video games no longer fits, but I think it is the term that exists.
It's the term that exists, but it's not necessarily the truth.
And I wonder if that has something to do with the general perception of what a video game is. If we, as a community, just started referring them into interactive experiences, if people would stop going like, it's Mario. Okay. I just thought that was an interesting discussion we could have about what is the thing that we spend every 2 weeks talking about.
It's just semantics when it comes to terms. That's all it is.
Okay. Darian, can you tell me questions?
Mm-mm.
But you're the question lady.
Yo, can I do it?
Teddy, can you question?
Yes, absolutely, because there are a bunch of questions, and I'm most excited about number 3 and number 4. Question number 1.
Well, how can people send us questions?
They can submit questions at readysetgamecast.com/submit if they want to be a part of the show. They can submit a question, comment, or your favorite fairy for us to read on the show. I don't know why fairy is in there, but Tinkerbell, sure. Monka S says, how has 2019 been for you all so far? Anything you're looking forward to doing? Do you have any regrets of 2019 so far? Bryce.
So far there's been way too much snow and I hate it. There are things I like, but mostly I just hate the cold and snow, and I'm hoping things will get better.
Darian, how's 2019?
It could be better. 2018 definitely was 1,000 times better than 2019 has been so far.
I feel it. I feel that.
I feel like
I'm with you.
Things are going to get better in 2019. Like, I think the later half of 2019 is going to be really dope for me. But right now, it's just like, I'm just kind of keep my head down and hope I can just get there.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to PAX
West.
That's exciting. I'm jealous. How's 2019 been for you all so far? Stressful, anxiety-ridden. Anything you're looking forward to doing? Not being stressed all the time. Do you have any regrets of 2019 so far? Yeah, when I stopped streaming and stress overwhelmed me to where I was having panic attacks. All right. No, but 2019 is gonna be good. It's been not super great so far, but I'm doing a lot of learning. Doing a lot of learning when it comes to life and balancing work and time for yourself. So speaking of, I'm back to streaming, everybody, 3 times a week. Check my Discord for each week. Whenever I'm gonna go live, I will put it in there. It's probably most of the time gonna be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but this week it's Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, so keep an eye out. Question number 2 from that awkward third who can't shoot but will ping everything for you. Why does my PP get hard when I play Apex? Is this a sign of a good game? Please help, I'm scared. Yes, it is.
I'm actually impressed with the ability I've had to be able to shoot people.
Nice.
The shooting is very good in Apex. As bad as the shooting is in Fortnite, the shooting is that good in Apex.
Damn.
Fortnite's very bad.
Shots
shooting.
fired. Shots fired. Get it. Yes, it is a sign of a good game. You should be a little worried, though. That's all. Orgasmic Taco says, let's pretend you have a roommate and you find yourself in a situation where you are aware they are currently masturbating. Do you awkwardly walk away pretending you didn't see or hear anything? Do you make it known you're aware of what's going on in hopes they stop, or do you lend a helping hand? Asking for a friend. Gotta make this game related somehow. Your roommate is Mario or some shit. I don't know. So you walk in on your roommate Mario just jerking off. What do you do, everybody? Bryce, what do you do?
I play loud music. I play I play that song about taking your clothes off very loudly.
So hot in here, so take off all your
Yep,
clothes.
I play that one very loudly all over.
Okay.
Also, my roommate is my girlfriend, so I probably, if that was the case, I'd probably, I don't know, leave her alone.
Probably lend a helping hand, like the question says.
Sometimes you just want to do it by yourself.
I don't know what I'd do. I mean, if it was Mario, I'd be like, yo, you're fucking real, Mario? That's crazy.
I feel like at this point you would know Mario's real if he's your fucking roommate. Like, you guys had to sign a lease
true.
together,
It's a good
Teddy.
point. It's a good call.
You wouldn't be like, oh, Mario, you're real.
It's a good call.
Find
It's a
him
solid point.
masturbating.
That's probably the weirder
Then I
portion
go
of
see
it.
the doctor of it, like, I don't think my roommate's real, but I did help him get off.
I have concerns.
I don't know what I'd do. I would
Okay,
not lend
once
a
you're
helping
done
hand.
here, we should really go see a doctor because I'm not sure if you're real.
My reality is not working right now.
This is the question I was excited about most to talk about. Snow says, any games y'all excited for in 2019? Want everyone to answer. This is a very good question, and I'm excited for it. Bryce, what are your games?
I looked at a list of games coming out in 2019 and was like, there's some I'm cautiously optimistic about, but like everything that I was looking forward to has come out already or have been disappointed by already. Anthem, I tried the beta and was like, no. And then the reviews came out and they were like, no. So now I don't want Anthem. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is already out.
Yeah. Anything for you, Darian?
I'm actually kind of excited for Days Gone.
Yo, homie, let's get it. I'm with you.
Hell yeah. That's the only one. Because,
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 3 already came out. I played it. And, like, Apex Legends dropped secretly. That was really cool. Couldn't anticipate that, but...
I feel like the ones that I'm going to talk about most come next game of the year are ones that I don't even know about.
Yeah, possibly. Anthem was definitely my most anticipated game as a big Destiny dude. But in all honesty, I have not played the demo. I've not played the beta. I've watched a lot of footage. If I could get that game on sale, or even if I did have the money, I would still get it and play it probably. I don't know for how long, but I would. Because a lot of the people that have been talking about it has been saying a lot of the same things as like Destiny 1 Vanilla, where there are a lot of problems, a lot of bugs, not everything's fleshed out, but the core gameplay feels really good. So I'm like, all right.
Someone also pointed out Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing is supposed to be this
I'm
year.
excited for that one, too.
But I wish I might still end up getting Anthem at some point, maybe later this year. Maybe by that time they'll add some shit.
I'm sure it'll be dropping in price very soon.
Yeah.
Is this like a No Man's Sky situation?
No.
We're like, oh, everybody was so excited about it, but it did real shit on the things that it promised, and so it failed.
I mean, I think they did everything they promised. No Man's Sky we just straight up lied.
Yeah, No Man's Sky is a very special situation. This is a Destiny situation where it came out very half-baked. And they're gonna build on it. I am excited for The Division 2. I'm probably not gonna get it, because money and time, but like, if I had money and time, I would play it, because that's my kind of shit. I want to play Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, the new FromSoft game. Rage 2 looks like a lot of fun. Days Gone, I'm actually really excited about. That's one PlayStation exclusive that should be a lot of fun this year. The new Fire Emblem's going to be fun. I enjoy Fire Emblem a lot. And then as I was looking through this list, the main game that I'm excited for, in all honesty, is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order by Respawn. Like, yeah, let's get it.
Now they're going to cancel it.
No, they can't. They can't. There's no way. That's the thing.
Going to.
There's no way.
They
if they cancel, no.
Because they haven't shown anything. Who knows how far along they are?
There's no way. It's supposed to be this year. If they cancel that game, there will be riots in the streets.
There won't be.
As far as I know, it's the only Star Wars game that is left. After all the others that people were excited about, cancel.
So now it's the only target.
No, it's Respawn, man. It's set in between. The setting is so cool.
I saw an article that said Disney was still happy with EA over the how they're using Star Wars, and I was like, how?
I think he's a little oblivious, possibly, which is weird to say because he's a smart dude. He's the CEO of Disney, but he seemed a little tone deaf with that of what was going on with EA. So I was like, I don't know about you. But yeah, other than that, there's not too much. Anthem, Division, Sekiro, Rage, Days Gone, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. But honestly, this year, I'm excited to get back and play all the games from 2017 and 2018 that I have not. Maybe I'm just going to spend this whole year playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because apparently that game's never going to stop, because they keep adding stuff. But yeah, that's what I'm excited about. So Me Man says, does Darian still want Taco Bell?
Yes.
All right. Are you going to get it?
No.
Poopy Pop says, what are your thoughts on the new Overwatch hero? If you haven't heard about the new Overwatch hero, what are you, a racist? We did not include this because honestly, right now, as of this moment, they're doing the new rollout with new hero where there's a little comic booky looking trailer, and it's very short and it's just kind of setting up the story for it and whatnot. By this time in 2 weeks, by the podcast in 2 weeks, he'll probably already be playable on the PTR. So we'll just wait until we have everything. But there is a new Overwatch hero. What's his name? Hold on. I'll find the hero.
Baptiste.
Yeah.
All right. Looks cool.
I wanted to call him Bastille.
The little trailer was neat. Tom Cruise, or Cruise spelled Cruiz, says, why the fuck does Teddy know about the Disney Channel show Jonas but doesn't know modern day actors? Because I spent way too long watching Nickelodeon and Disney Channel. Way too long. I watched that shit until I was way too old to watch that shit. It was a problem. I was addicted. Let's see. Shout the fuck out to Disney Channel and Nickelodeon, by the way. iCarly and Victorious are still amazing shows. Let's see here. Tetris Fan 69 says, we have a Tetris Battle Royale, which is something I never thought was going to be a thing. With it, anything can have a BR mode. What game would you want to see get a random BR mode? Club motherfucking Penguin.
That's not a game anymore.
Club Penguin Rewritten is a game. They're gonna get sued one day.
They took it down.
No, I played this literally a month ago. Club Penguin Rewritten.
Oh, did they leave it up?
I'm pretty sure it is still a thing. Yeah, Club Penguin Rewritten. We're about to have a Club Penguin stream, everybody. Let's go. Get excited.
I don't know how they would do it, but it would be sick as fuck if Pokemon Go had a Battle Royale.
What about you, Darian? League of Legends Battle Royale?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
Fuck it. Let's see here. Copyright lawyer says, when is Teddy going to copyright the phrase, I don't want to talk about it? I probably should, since it's on a t-shirt that I sell. But but that's never going to happen. I mean, to be fair, my dad is a lawyer. He's the dean at this law school. So
So Teddy's rich.
Probably could. No. He is. Not Zyger says, can Teddy questions though? Thinking face emoji.
I think that was because I asked Darian to do questions and then she didn't. So
I'm gonna say no though. I'm gonna say no, and we're gonna keep. Jeff Bezos says, Teddy, I have Amazon Prime. Is there any way I can support you or any of your fellow co-hosts, Kappa? I'm going to ignore your Kappa, and I'm going to say, did you know that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime? You just connect your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account to get Twitch Prime. And you get a free sub to your favorite streamer, a.k.a. Teddy Chinaris.
Or Dexterity.
Or Dexterity, not Last Geek Plays.
Not Last Geek Plays, ever.
I'm going to create a new Twitch account called Not Last Geek Plays, and we get all those subs.
There you go. That's the strategy, dude. Let's see here. And then Zyger says, who is the best boy in Kingdom Hearts and why is it Roxas? Fight me. Darian
Well, you're
and
wrong.
Bryce, go. Fight him.
You're
Take him down.
wrong, but it's fine.
Who's the best boy?
Get him out of here.
Sora is best boy.
I would say Axel up till recently when he was just too quiet and sad. But otherwise, I love Axel.
I'm going to start crying right now. Sora is best boy. Can we move on?
We're moving on. That is the last question. Remember, if you want to submit questions, go to readysetgamecast.com/submit. Just put them in there for next week, dude. Put in random questions.
Zyger wants to know who y'all repping for Overwatch League.
Let's fucking go. I wanted to talk about that, honestly, in the games I've been playing, because there were so few games, because honestly, like, playing Apex, watching Overwatch League, because, let me tell you what, Dallas Fuel, still not great. They're the team I'm rooting for, still not great. But they added one of the new expansion teams, is the Atlanta Reign, and Atlanta is now the closest team in proximity to Nashville, so now I'm going for the Atlanta Reign as well, and they're doing really good. Like, I think they're like number 4 in overall standings. They're doing like surprisingly good. It has been a lot of fun to watch. I think it was week 1 on Sunday. Almost all of the games went to game 5. It was a great day to watch. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, be watching the Overwatch League. Support your local Overwatch League, you know?
I think San Francisco has a team.
San Francisco, shock, they do.
Yeah, I'm going to go with them. I think they had the coolest logo when I looked. Darian, do you have an Overwatch League that you care about?
You should.
No?
No.
You should. What are your favorite colors?
Blue.
Either the Dallas Fuel or Darian, I'm going to send you this link. I'm going to send you this link and you're going to pick a team right now. This is the last thing we're doing as we get out of here.
As we do that, I'm going to go into housekeeping. You can go to lastgeek.com for links to the podcast on all your favorite podcast services, including iTunes, Spotify, and Stitcher, as well as the video version on youtube.com/lastgeek. Also, if you like the show, please subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes and Stitcher. It helps us grow and become more powerful.
I was like, oh fuck, this is a thing.
Other Last Geek stuff you should check out. There's actually a lot here.
Spark.
Your Darian's favorite team is Spark.
The Hangzhou Spark. Okay, that is a good call, dude. Everybody's loving them for their colors. They are pink and blue. And people really like them for their colors. They have a big fan base already because they're one of the new expansion teams.
Perfect. They got my
Solid
vote.
pick.
Sure.
They're one of the expansion teams, one of the new expansion teams that are doing really well. They're doing pretty good. So solid pick. There you go.
Okay.
As far as I know, I think they're doing good.
Other Last Geek stuff you should check out. This is your regular reminder that Gameit Corp has a new episode. Fall Damage, Don't Look Down. It's a game we made a game where it's a battle royale, but the only way you can die is from fall damage. It's the opposite of Apex.
That's actually kind of really cool.
We also put up Gameit Corp just had its 1-year anniversary, and we put up a best clips episode on YouTube, youtube.com/lastgeek. It's really funny. You should watch it, and then if you enjoy it, subscribe to the podcast. At 6 p.m. February 26th, it'll have already passed if you're listening to the podcast. If you're listening live, it'll be tomorrow, 6 p.m. The Game of the Year 2018 episode of Race at Gamecast will be going live on YouTube and podcast services everywhere.
Hypers.
There will be a premiere streaming on YouTube if you want to come in and heckle our game decisions. I will be there if I get off work in time, and maybe other people will be there. And speaking of things coming up, this will be after the podcast goes live this Saturday, March 2nd at 7 p.m. I will be playing party games with cool people on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/LastGeekPlays, to raise money for Extra Life. There's already the poster I put up, but we will be playing Jackbox, Super Mario Party, and Overcooked 2.
Woo! Overcooked 2, great video game. Everyone buy it and play it with me. I don't have friends to play it with. I guess.
But that is all the stuff we have. Darian, where can people find you?
In hell.
Okay, Teddy, where can people find you?
Twitch.tv/Teddy Charis, where I'm actually going to be streaming again 2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 4 hours each night. I'm going to try and go 3 nights, 4 hours each night. That's the goal, but that's the minimum right over there. It got the goal and we got the minimum. That's what I'm going on, because I gotta actually like do something that makes me happy instead of like just constantly pull all-nighters in the library. So yeah, hopefully this will make me even more productive. That's the goal, and I'm excited to actually get back to something I love to do.
You can find me on Twitter at LastGeek, Twitch at LastGeekPlays. Come watch the Extra Life stream. Donate at lastgeek.com/extralife. There's also the stream is embedded in there, so you can donate and watch at the same time. Instagram is LastGeekPlays, where their picture of the poster will be there. Also, it's on Twitter. And mixer.com/lastgeek for no particular reason. I have a Mixer. I have never streamed there. Darian, was there any place other than hell you wanted to mention, or just that?
Twitch.tv/dexterity. Dexterity on Twitter. Kind of not really on Instagram sometimes.
Kind of not really sometimes.
DEXTERIDEE and dexterity.com. Fight me.
Meet her in the streets, everybody.
Well, that brings us to the end of this episode of Ready, Set, Gamecast. Thank you for joining us and listening to our hot takes. We will see you again in 2 weeks.
Bye, everybody. Go make pizza on Club Penguin like I'm doing right now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.